Most families wait for a crisis to talk about downsizing. A fall, a diagnosis, a trip to the hospital. And by then, you're not making a plan, you're cleaning up an emergency. And it doesn't have to go that way. There are quiet signs that show up long before the crisis. And if you know what to look for, you can have this conversation while it's still calm and still kind, right? Hey, if you don't know me, I am Matt Swisshelm. I'm a seniors real estate specialist, and I help families across North County, San Diego, all of San Diego, Southern California, and frankly, mission to help people all around the country. That's why I started this channel, and I want to help them through downsizing and senior moves, and I've been doing this for a very long time. I actually grew up around the industry and started working in a senior living community as a teenager when I was 15. And so I didn't learn this stuff in a brochure. I've lived it for many, many years, and I've watched my own family walk the same road for a long time. And so let me say something before we start. This is not about taking your parents' home away. Not at all. Most older adults, about 75% of people over 50, they say they want to stay in their home as long as they can. But not everybody can. That wish is real and it deserves respect. The goal today is not to override it. The goal in this video is to notice the signs early so your family can make a calm choice together instead of a frightened one later during an emergency. And so here are the 7 signs. The first sign is simple. Whole rooms in the house have gone silent, right? You live in just 20% of your house. Your parents have a 4-bedroom home, but they only live in 2 rooms, right? They're on the recliner and they're in the kitchen. Maybe they sleep in their bedroom. The dining room became a storage room. The upstairs is a place nobody even goes. It's just collecting dust. And when someone is using only a small part of their home, the rest of it stops being a comfort and starts being a burden, a weight. And they're still cleaning it, they're still heating it, they're still insuring it, they're still taking care of it, they're still paying taxes on it, right? Fill in the blank. A home should fit the life inside of it, right? It should fit the lifestyle. When most of the house is empty, that's your first clue. It has gotten too big for the season that your parents are in. The second sign is the stairs. Okay, kind of obvious. Watch how your mom or dad moves through the house. Are they gripping the railing hard? Are they planning the whole day around not going up and down? Some people quietly start sleeping on the couch or in a downstairs room because the climb is just too much. Stairs are one of the most common reasons a home stops working for an aging body. Kind of obvious, but people really belabor the fact. If the layout is forcing them to shrink their life down to one level, the house is already telling you something. Sign number 3 is the upkeep. Look at the yard and look at the house with fresh eyes. Is the lawn overgrown? Are weeds everywhere? Are there small repairs that have been sitting for months? A lot of deferred maintenance, a burned out light bulb that nobody's changed for years, a drip in some plumbing that nobody called out for a very long time. For most of their lives, your parents kept that home in great shape. When the maintenance starts slipping, it usually is not laziness. It is that the house now takes more energy than they have to give. The home is winning and they are tired. Sign number 4 is one family's brush off all the time, and it may be the most important. You notice a bruise that they cannot explain, or they won't mention it until almost in passing. They're just embarrassed about it, right? They had a little slip last week. Gosh, they don't want to talk about it. Who would? But please do not wait on this one. Falls are the leading cause of injury in adults over 65. And 1 of 4 of them falls every single year. And here's the part that really matters, okay? Falling once makes it much more likely that they will fall again. It's a domino effect. A home full of stairs and slick floors and tight bathrooms and small hallways, it's a hard place to stay safe. One quiet fall is not a small thing. It's often a clear sign that the home is no longer protecting them. It's actually enabling issues and falls, and it's dangerous, okay? It's unsafe. Let's just call it what it is, right? Call a spade a spade. Sign number 5. It shows up right on the kitchen table or the kitchen counter. The mail, it just keeps stacking up. Bills are getting paid late. Not because the money is not there, but because keeping track of a big house and everything that comes with it becomes a lot. It's a lot to maintain. It's burdensome. Running a large home is a full plate. The taxes, the insurance, the repairs, the yard, when you start to see the paperwork slip, it can mean the whole load has gotten way too heavy to carry alone. All right, sign number 6. This one is a bit quieter, and it's about their world shrinking. Maybe they have stopped driving as much. Maybe friends have moved away or passed on, and the neighborhood does not hold what it once did, right? It doesn't mean as much as it used to. A big house on a big lot can slowly turn into an island, right? They're isolated on this big old property, especially when family lives far away. Isolation is not just sad, it is genuinely hard on a person's health. If the home that used to keep them connected is now keeping them alone, I think it's worth probably paying attention to, right? So that's sign number 6. And last but not least, sign number 7 is the one almost every family misses, and it is this. Your parent has already started bringing it up. They say something like, the house is a lot of work, or I don't know what we're ever going to do with all this stuff. I'm up to my neck in it. Do you want to take some of it? Right? You know, and you hear it, but you kind of quickly change the subject, and we say, oh, mom or dad, you're fine. Don't talk like that. We do it out of love because the thought of that and the thought of them getting older and you know, less independent, it kind of scares us. It freaks us out. But here is the truth. The parent is often ready to talk long before the kids are, and that is so true. If your mom or dad keeps cracking that door open and trying to talk about it, the kindest thing you can do is walk through it with them and not close it. So let's say you're seeing some of these signs. You know, how do you bring it up without turning into a fight? Well, a few things I've learned over the years and leading people through this whole transition is you got to lead with love and not logistics. What do I mean by that? Well, don't open with, you know, talking about the house or the maintenance or money. Open with saying something like, Mom, I want to see you happy. I want to see you safe. You're just living here by yourself, right? And I want to help you plan for that. What does that look like? And when they know it comes from a sincere place of love, the walls, they start to come down. You know, ask them. Don't tell them, right? You don't become the parent, right? Even though you feel like you have to. Give them that autonomy, that independence. You are not there to hand them a decision. You are there to understand what they want. And ask what they love about the house. Ask what worries them. And then just listen. This is their life, and it's frankly their choice. Make it one conversation, you know, not one big old decision. Nobody has to sell anything this week. The first talk is about really opening that door, getting a plan together. Downsizing done right, it really takes time, and it should. You got to be proactive and plan accordingly. And start earlier. Start earlier than feels necessary. The best time to have this talk is while your parents are still healthy and you're not in crisis. And they still have every option because they can walk through, you know, those doors with you, and they can make those decisions with you. The worst time is to make these decisions in a skilled nursing or hospital hallway. We see it far too often. Early is a gift. It turns a scramble into a great plan. You know, here's what I hope you take from this. Downsizing is not about giving something up. Downsizing done right is about trading a house that got too big for a life that it just doesn't fit, right? It's not serving them anymore. Downsizing done right is less to worry about. Downsizing done right, it helps, guide them into a season of life that is going to really meet their needs for that age and that stage of life, and relinquish all the burdens and the things that are weighing them down by staying at home. More freedom, right? And more time with the people that they love. And that's all great stuff. And if you are starting to see these signs in your own family, I put together a free downsizing checklist and guide that you can find in the description of this video that walks you through all these steps. And so you're not doing this from memory. You can grab it, like I said, over in the description. And, you know, please reach out. Love to consult you no matter where you're calling from. If you're in San Diego and you're local, we can help you out. We're boots on the ground. Would love to meet you at your place and walk your family through it. But if you're somewhere else in the country, still give us a call. We can get you connected to the right people and the right resources, all right? And we're here not to give you a sales pitch, no pressure. We just truly want to help. And if this video was useful, go ahead and subscribe. Like this video, please comment. We make videos like this every week to help families walk through this road with a little bit more peace. Again, I am Matt Swisshelm. Take care of each other, and thanks for watching Downsizing Done Right, and we'll see you on the next one.